Hey y'all, so this is me reading to you the article for this week, for the article of the week. So this is finally your last week of article of the week. We've spent the last 4 weeks preparing you, and now you're going to be doing article of the week in your other content areas. But over the last 4 weeks, we've taught you everything you need to know in order to be prepared for your other classes. So today I'm just going to be reading the article to you, and you are going to be annotating like y'all did last week on your own. Most of y'all did really well, so thank y'all for that. I wrote out a little key here to the left. So if you want to use it, that's great. If you have another way to annotate, that is fine as well. But you can put a little star next to something and write a comment next to it. If you find something interesting, you can put an exclamation point next to it and write why you found it interesting. If you have a question about something, you can put a question mark and then write your question out next to it. And then you can circle or underline key phrases and unfamiliar words. I think it's good to always underline maybe parts of the essay that you could potentially use for your essay, underline parts of the article that you could use for your essay, for your textual evidence. And you can always underline it and then write out to the side, use for essay or something like that. Okay, and also notice that I highlighted Allison Shaw because she is your author. So whenever you cite textual evidence, I wrote it out to the side. You'll put the quote. So if you're pulling a sentence from this article, or you will be pulling a sentence from this article or two, you'll be putting it in quotation marks, and then in parentheses, you're writing her last name, and then whether you found it on page 1 or page 2, close parentheses, and then a period. And then I also at the top wrote your prompt. You do not have to add any of this unless you want to, but I wrote your prompt for this week, which is how can we save the earth? You will be doing your graphic organizer over this, and you will be writing a full essay, intro, body, and conclusion over this prompt. Okay, so the article is called 13 Ways to Save the Earth from Pollution by Allison Shaw. You might use plastic water bottles, yogurt cups, and straws for just a day, but they can remain in the environment for years. And that pollution can harm habitats and the animals that live there. Cut down Earth's trash with these tips. Number 1, bust the balloons. Balloons eventually fall back down to Earth and can end up in the ocean, entangling animals and being mistaken for food. Skip the balloons at your next party and ask friends to do the same. Make pom-pom decorations instead. Number 2, bend for the win. Always throw trash in the can. Garbage left outside might harm wildlife and end up in the ocean. Trash that's properly brought to a landfill is kept out of the sea. Number 3, fish responsibly. If you go fishing, don't leave nets or lines in the water. Animals can become entangled in the trash. Number 4, best beach. Scientists estimate that about half the world's sea turtles accidentally eat plastic and other trash. Keep the ocean clean by never leaving toys or trash at the beach. Number 5, dump plastic. According to one study, over 8 million tons of plastic pollution end up in the ocean each year. Drink from a refillable water bottle, place your sandwich in a cloth or reusable container, and use bar soap instead of bottled. Garbage club. Form a club in your classroom to reduce your waste at school. Monitor what's thrown away each week and think about ways to cut down on those items. If you want to go ahead and pause here to annotate the first page, you can. Also, please notice that this article did not have page numbers, so I labeled this first page, page 1, and circled it, and this page 2 down here, and so I can use those page numbers for my textual evidence. Number 7, participate in a community cleanup. The groups that host the events sometimes weigh the collected trash, which helps leaders make decisions about laws that encourage people to waste less. 8, recycle right. People in the United States recycle about 35% of their waste, so recycle what you can. Ask for help to create a paper and plastic recycling program in your classroom. Number 9, business talk. Does your favorite ice cream shop use plastic spoons? Ask an adult to help you talk to the owner about switching to a non-plastic options. Some kinds of spoons are even edible. Number 10, Do good goodie bag. Don't fill your birthday goodie bags with plastic yo-yos and other trinkets for your friends. Instead, give them homemade treats or coupons to a local bakery. Number 11, straw scents. Experts estimate that Americans use about 500 million plastic straws a day, and they're one of the top 10 trash items found during ocean cleanups. If you must use a straw, find a reusable metal straw or a paper version, or make your own. Number 12, pest friends. Ask your parents to buy food and clothes that are made without pesticides, chemicals sprayed on crops to kill bad bugs. The problem? Pesticides can also kill critters like bees that are eco-friendly. Number 13, stuffed with stuff. Items shipped to your home often come wrapped in plastic packaging. Toys bought at the store are covered in it. Think about what can be bought secondhand, what can be shared, and what doesn't need to be purchased at all. So that is your article for this week. Remember, both pages need to be fully annotated. You need to interact with the text. Remember, it's not just underlining and circling. Some of y'all still are struggling with that. Everything you underline or circle needs to have a comment next to it or a note. Okay, so it should be more than just underlining and circling. Once you're done annotating, go ahead and turn it into today's folder, and then the rest of the week you will be working on either your graphic organizer or putting together your full expository essay. This is your first essay of the year, which is super exciting, and it is also a 55% grade, so you need to do well on it. We will be Zooming on Thursday, where it's mainly just for y'all to ask questions and for me to go over some review items. But other than that, thank you for listening, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.